Hey Rockstars, hope you're doing well. I want to talk to you guys about success begets success. I want to talk about stacking your successes on top of each other to build a foundation of success, which builds confidence in everything that you do. So let's talk about an example in your everyday life. So what you do today, like the successes that you have in today in your business, in your life, your relationships, your fitness, every area that you're pushing through, right? Comes down to two things. Number one, the massive action that you take today, right? That's obvious. That's a given. And we'll talk about that in another video. But it's all about the successes and the actions and thoughts that you took yesterday, right? So here's a good example. I'm talking about going to the gym. Let's say this is the first time you decided to go to the gym. Let's say yesterday was the first time you went to the gym. You never went to the gym and you have no idea what they even work out. You walk in, you see all these weights and machines and people doing all these things and you're like, I don't even know where to start, right? But you look over, you see somebody bench pressing and you say, okay, I'm going to do that, right? You're probably not doing it right. You probably don't have good form. You don't even know what form means or what it looks like, but you're starting, right? You don't have a lot of confidence because it's something brand new and you're fresh at it. But guess what? You go home and you say, okay, screw that. I'm not doing that again. So this time you watch YouTube videos and tomorrow you're going to do legs, right? And you watch YouTube videos and now you're watching, they're talking about the form and all these things. The next day you're going to go in a little bit more confident, right? Because you went to the gym, at least you made a decision, you went to the gym and now you built yourself, you took action and now you're building on yesterday's successes, right? And so over time, you get extremely confident going to the gym to where you just go in, boom, boom, boom. You know how to do the right form, you know the workouts, you know how to do different types of the workouts. You are hitting your muscles in a different angle and different speeds and hitting a slow twitch, fast twitch, all this kind of stuff. Like, so you understand these things. You build confidence on top of that. So and this comes down to the daily successes. So this is why it's important every day, guys, to count small successes. Big successes are awesome, man. You closed that $100,000 deal. You did whatever. Those are big successes. But you got to count those small ones too. Those small successes at the end of the day are what make you go to bed feeling like a freaking rock star, right? And that is vitally important because the next day, here's the thing, you want to go to bed at night feeling like you had a ton of, even if it's tiny little successes. I don't care if you're freaking broke and figuring out how, and you're living on the street, right? And you're sleeping in your car right now. There are successes that you can have today that you can build a confidence today that are going to help you catapult yourself into tomorrow. So let's give you an example. You know, right now, guys, I'm doing these videos. I just left running as usual. And I'm sitting here drenched in sweat right now in the car. And something about in the running, this is why fitness, I think, is so important because it gives you a chance to push through small obstacles constantly. So I remember when I started running, I would run like a quarter of a mile before and, okay, that's it. I got to stop. And then I'd walk for about a quarter mile. And then I'd jog for another quarter mile. And I did that for like a mile and then I quit, right? And then I went for a mile and a half. And then the goal is I'm going to do 3 miles. But most of the time I was doing 3 miles, I was power walking, right? A little bit of running. It's taken me 50 minutes to get there. And then I got to where, man, the first time I pushed myself and said, wow, I've gone 0.35 miles because I have an app on my phone called Map My Run. So I can look down and see how long I've run, what time, the distance, everything, right? And so I'm looking down, I'm like, I'm at 0.35 miles. Wow, you know what? I'm just going to go run a little bit longer until I hit 0.5. I've never run 0.5 before, and I hit it. Oh, it was great. The next day I said, screw it, I'm going to do 0.6. I've already proven I can do 0.5 straight. It didn't kill me. So the next day I ran 0.6, and then I hit it. The next day I ran a quarter mile straight. And then one day I said, you know what? Screw it, I never run a mile straight. So I ran a mile straight. The next day I ran 1.05 miles. And that, for a long time, for about a 2-month period, that's all I ran. That was my thing. I'm going to run the first mile straight, and then I do a quarter mile power walk, then quarter mile run, quarter mile power walk, all the way to it, do 3 miles, and then sometimes I do HIT runs, so I'm doing like 0.15 miles at 10 miles an hour. That's a full-on run, right? So I'm doing high cardio, and I'd run anywhere from 3, 4, 5, 6 miles doing that. But half of it was power walking, half of it was jogging. So I remember one time I'm jogging and going, hey, the highest I've ever done. So this is what I'm talking about. Little successes, small successes. I'm looking down as I'm at 0.91 miles. I'm feeling great. I've been jogging at a really good pace, so my heart rate's good. I'm sweating, but like I feel great. Like I can keep doing this for a while. I got great music. I listen to the same song over and over again. It's like a power song. It keeps me moving. I just feel like a rock star when I'm going, right? And so I'm at 0.91 miles, and I'm like, I'm not stopping until I hit the 1 mile mark. Then I said, you know what? I've never run, the highest I've ever run straight without doing a power walk and stopping for, a little bit and then run it again, was 1.05 miles. I can do 1.15. So then I'm jogging. I hit the guitar solo in the song. I'm like, well, there's only 2 minutes left in the song. I could at least run to the end of the song. And as soon as I hit the end of the song, I looked and holy crap, I've done 1.35 miles. So I'm like, wow, I just hit another mark. You know what? I could run 1.5. I can do another 0.15. I'm going to stop at 1.5. So the song started all over again. I'm jogging. I went through the guitar solo, looked down, and I've done 1.62. Wow, I've done 1.62. You know what? I could go a little bit further. I could do 1.75. 1 3/4 of a mile, I'd be happy because then I've hit a new mark, right? Little successes. You see what I'm talking about? Little successes. And then I hit the 1.75 mile. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, wow, I did that in 18 minutes. That's a slight jog. It's not super fast. I can run 20 minutes straight. So I kept running. And then I looked at the clock and I'm almost at 20 minutes, but I still got another minute in the song. I could wait to the end of the song. The next thing you know, I ran 2 miles straight. Remember, the highest I've ever run in a row at that point was 1.05 before I stopped. Take a breather for, about 3-4 minutes, about 3 minutes, 2.5-3 minutes, right? And then I start jogging again for a quarter mile, power walk for a quarter mile. And I'm speed walking when I'm walking. I'm not walking slow. Then I jog for a quarter mile and I do that for 3 miles. Sometimes I do 6 miles like that. But just by using a song, right? There's a 4-minute song. It's like 2 minutes to the guitar solo, 2 minutes to the end. But then I make these little mile markers like, wow, I'm at 0.63 miles. I could do 1.75 straight. It's only 1.12. It's only 0.12 miles. That's like a minute and 15 seconds, a minute and a half. I can do that. And then little successes. Well, wow, man, I've done 18 minutes. I can do 20 minutes. And little successes, I stacked on each other, Next thing you know, I doubled my time. I doubled the distance that I ran straight before I stopped. And at the end of that day, I saved 3 minutes off of my 5K. 3 minutes off of my fastest when I ran some 5Ks. I knocked 3 minutes off of my fastest 5K just on a jogging trail because I started using small steps. So this takes us back to your daily life. Let's say you pick up the phone and, oh God, you hate getting on the phone, but getting on the phone is what's going to make you the money, right? You've got to get on the phone and sell. So one of the biggest things that you've got to focus on is selling every single day. So you decide that you need to focus on selling. So instead of saying, I got to make 20 phone calls today, I'm going to make 3. So you pick up the phone. What do? You pick up that phone, you make those 3 phone calls. And then from those 3 phone calls, you are just going to focus all your time. What you do is at that point is you say, you know what? I just made 3 phone calls. I can do 2 more. Man, I can do 2 more. I just did 3 phone calls. I can do 2 more. So you go boom, 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 and you knock out 2 more phone calls. You know what? I did 5 phone calls. You know, I could do 7 phone calls. So you do 2 more. Next thing you know, you push yourself. You've been making phone calls for 8 hours straight. You closed a bunch of deals. You did 12 phone calls. You never did that before. Little successes that stack on each other. Tell me what happens when you go to bed that night. You realize you just set the new bar. There's no excuse that I can't make 12 phone calls. I can totally do 12 phone calls. So the next day you set 12 phone calls. You hit 12 phone calls. You go, I can do 2 more. I can do 14. And that's how you build your successes, to stack your successes, to build your success in every area in your life. It's pushing through. We talked about this is your gym time. When you don't get to a point where your body and your mind, mostly your mind, is telling you, this is past my comfort zone. I want to stop. You look what you did. You just did 5 phone calls. Oh, you should take a break for a while, right? This is when you've got to push past those mental barriers and keep pushing yourself and say, you know what? I could do 2 more. You know what? Screw it. I could do 1 more phone call. You know what I mean? And you just do 1 more. You do 2 more. A couple more minutes. A couple more reps. So let's look at your life. I want you to write things down, or just at least think through the areas in your life right now that you're bailing on way too quick, that you are sitting here, you've hit the 1 mile mark, you've hit your barrier where you've hit before, and then you realize, why am I stopping? Like, I always stop. I always quit. I always give up, and I never push myself past the zone. I can do just a little bit more. It's pushing past yourself 1 more rep. It's pushing yourself past just another 1/10 of a mile. It's listening to another 2 minutes of the song. while you're running. It's one more phone call. It's, you know what I mean? Answer 5 more emails. Whatever you have to do today to push yourself to the next level. Think about this. Success begets success. I'm getting tongue-tied. Success begets success. Stack your successes today. Count those small successes. And every time you hit one, this is important, guys. This is super, super important. Celebrate those successes twice. In the moment and then in the day before bed. So when I was doing that run, for instance, when I hit the 1.5 mark, I'm like, yes, Greg, dude, you got this. Look what you did. You just push yourself past it. Well, you can do 1.25. When I looked down, I hit 1.35. I'm like, yes, you did it again. You know what? I can do another 0.15. I hit 1.5. I'm lit. Yes, I just got 3 successes. Look at this, dude. You're a rock star. I can do one more minute. I can hit to the end of the song, dude. And in that one little run, I hit 7 success barriers that, my God, when I went into the day, I crushed it on the phone. I closed deals because I already went into the day breaking through barriers, pushing myself harder to the next level, little steps of success over and over and over again. And so I celebrate my successes in the moment. And then when I go to bed at night, after I write down my goals, right? We talked about this, man. Write down your goals. Just go. Write down your goals. And I go to bed like closing my eyes and I think about all those little successes. Man, you did this. You're a rock star, man. You got what it takes. You're freaking awesome, dude. You're a badass, you know, and look at you did this. And man, you start adding those successes to when you wake up the next day and you slam your goals, watch what happens to you. Start doing this every single day for the next 30 days. And I'm telling you, you'll see a drastic change in your life because you started building upon the small successes that you do every single day. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.